How to create an email workflow using MailingBoss in BuilderAll. Let's go. And don't forget, if you have found these videos to be of use to you, then please be a good sport and subscribe, like and share the videos. Hey guys, I'm back, and the topics we'll be covering in this short video are: what's an email workflow, how to create multiple workflows, I'll demonstrate how to import an email list. I'll also show you how to import an email sequence. This is going to be a jam-packed video. I think you're going to like it. So if you have been following my episode 2, 3 and 4, all this will come together and make sense for you. Here we go. So I'm going to tackle the first question. What is a workflow? Now in the early episode I showed you how to create an email list, a mailing sequence which consists of several emails. So BuilderAll has given us a wonderful tool called workflows, and what you're looking at is an example of workflow. It is a graphical representation of how an email sequence along with a list and other activities that might kicked off by other sequences will look like. In other words, it is a graphical representation of your blueprint of the project. Pretty cool, don't you think? Okay, I'll show you what to do next. Alrighty, it makes sense if I start from the beginning so you can see end to end how to create a workflow. Well, there are two ways to create a workflow. The first one is through this workflow button right at the top near the menu. Once you click on it, you'll be presented with the workflow editor. The second method, and it's my preference, is use the other shortcut, which is the first panel on the left hand side of your screen. So let's call this demo 2. Click on the continue button and I'll show you what the next page looks like. So as mentioned before, whether you use the workflow button or the shortcut from the first panel, you arrive at the workflow editor. So you can consider this like a sheet of paper where you can design a blueprint of your campaigns, your email sequences, and other powerful features which I don't have time to mention in this video. You can explore later. So let's keep this simple. So in this demo 2 workflow that I've created, I'm going to create a list, and with this list I'm going to add it to an email sequence. It's really easy. I'll show you how it is done. So here we go. So the idea behind it is there's a bunch of elements that you can drag and drop into the worksheet. So far we've got list, route subscribers, email campaign, email sequence, instant message, tag, and I'm sure in future updates there'll be more elements for you to drag on. Alright, as I said before, let's create a list. So I'm going to highlight the list button. I'm going to drag it onto the right hand side onto my blueprint. Done. Fantastic. But I must stress at this point, you actually haven't created a list. We'll do that very soon, but I'll just briefly show you what these other buttons are associated with this list. So let's go to the first one on the top. Looks like a trash can, exactly as it is. When you click on it, you'll be able to remove this list container. Now the green arrow is very special. I'll click on that for you. And once you click on it, there's several options that have been provided to you depending on what actions you want to take. What we want to find out is how do we add an email sequence to this list. Alrighty. Now this bottom cross and a red button, don't get confused with this trash can icon. All it means, once you click on it, you can unscribe or use this as part of this list. Okay, back to the initial idea that I was talking about. You can create a list just by clicking on this editor icon. If you got preset list already, in the drop down list you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to choose Barcelona Computer Club and I'm going to OK that, and there you go. BuilderAll thinks in demo 2 in this workflow there is a list called Barcelona Computer Club list. Well, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. Let's build on what we just established. I'm going to click on the green arrow. We're after really an email sequence. So let's do that. So the editor will give us a choice. Do we want to create a new sequence, or do we want to stick to a sequence that we've done already? So in this case, I'll show you. This is the one we did back in episode 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. So I'm going to click on that one. This is the important bit. You've got to load the sequence emails. So I'm going to click on that as well. Let that run. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Isn't this what we saw in a previous episode? Except now it's laid out in a graphical format. So this is a wonderful tool if you got an existing email sequence that you've done in the past and you want to bring it into the graphical format like a blueprint. This is the tool and this is the process you got to follow. However, what if we doesn't have a list to begin with, no email sequences as well? How do we start from scratch? Pretty dead simple. Let's pretend we don't have any of these. So I'm going to show you from the beginning. Let's delete these modules anyway. I'll show you how it's done. So I'm going to click on delete. It will ask you, do you want to remove it? Because once I remove the sequence, it will delete all the other emails and campaigns that belong to the sequence. I'm going to click yes to that, and it should clear everything. Yep. So let's go back to the previous step. I've created my list. I'm going to add on again an email sequence right from the scratch. This time I'm going to create a new sequence. As you can see, a little wizard will pop up prompting you just fill in the correct information in order to create the next set of process. So I'll do that for you right away. In this example, I'm going to call a new email sequence software setup and will contain 3 emails in the link. So let's click on the create button and I'll show you what the next steps look like. Aha! So what we've done is tell BuilderAll to go and create an auto email sequence. Now it's come up with the first page of a campaign editor. I want to keep this simple. I want to press OK. So what we're presented are the email list, which is attached to an email sequence, and inside that sequence it's got 3 different email campaigns that's associated with this email sequence. I don't know about you, but it's a time saver, a wonderful tool that's available for us. Now I won't go into each detail of how to set up each email because you've seen that in episode 4. But at this stage, one important thing you got to do. All the hard work you put in building all these modules, if you don't press the save button, you're going to lose all your work. So I'm going to do that for you right now. And you can sleep well knowing that your form, in this case demo 2, has been successfully saved. So let's go back to the workflows. And as you can see, that's how you'll be able to manage a whole bunch of workflows into your project. I think I've got one more minute to show you one last activity that you're going to need. And that is how to create even more workflow modules. So to begin with, we've got to wipe out start from scratch by creating the create new button. We're going to call this demo. Oops, can't spell. Demo 3. Create a new list into my blueprint and save. Always save your work. Now just to verify, the new module has been added. Let's go back to workflows. Yep. And at any time we can jump onto any of these workflows that we've created in the past. So that's it, guys. Pretty simple demonstration of this powerful feature called workflow. I hope you've been enjoying this email series. MailingBoss is a wonderful tool. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. And don't forget, if you have found these videos to be of use to you, then please be a good sport and subscribe, like and share the videos.